Hello, Assalamualaikum, very good evening. Okay, so I know it's been quite some times that I didn't do any video, so I've been busy with a lot of things going on. Currently I am a part-time lecturer at UiTM Rao, so I teach law, of course. All right, so bear in mind I am the part-time lecturer. Okay, so I wanted to tell you something. I've been wanted to tell you to record this for quite some times, but I never had a chance because there's always something going on. So today, I think I don't want to wait any longer, and I just do this recording. Although it's not proper, but I don't care. I just wanted this message to reach you. So last 3 weeks, I decided to go to an interview with Singapore Airlines. You know what position is that? For cabin crew. I know, right? I'm not good looking enough. I'm not that handsome, and honestly, I'm not that slim or I'm not that thin as all the flight attendant that you used to see, right? But I don't know where the courage and confidence come from. I went for the interview. So I think all of this, the thoughts of going and then the thoughts to become a flight attendant, I think it all started ever since I was kids, right? When I was small, I used to be small, right? I know now I'm like elephant, but I used to be small when I was kids. So my father. When we are in school, we always have to write what is our ambition. So my father, of course, I don't know what I want to be when I was a kid, right? So I asked my father, and my father asked me to put there pramugara, right, or flight attendant. So and then I asked, why pramugara? And my father said, well, you got to work and you got to travel at the same time. So I think, oh, okay, that's nice. I mean, at the age of 6-7 years, I don't really think of what really matters with pramugara or flight attendants, so I just fill in. So as times goes by, when I was in the secondary school, so I know what kind of job that flight attendant does. All right. So but when I was in my Form 3 secondary school, I was in Form 3. I decided to become a lawyer. All right, so I went to see my counselor, and I asked her how to be a lawyer. So the path where you take a foundation and all that, whatever. All right, so when I joined the law school, all right, to become a lawyer, because that's what I want to be when I was in Form 3. But the thoughts or the dreams to become flight attendants never goes away, actually. It never ceased to exist from my mind. Even I think in the law school, I always said that I wanted to be a flight attendants, and I wanted to try out for the audition after I finished. And then my friends are all asking me, like, Acha, you have your law degree, why you want to become a flight attendant, and I was telling them, I said, it's okay, I want to be the only flight attendant with law degree. I think that would be cool. So but I think a lot of flight attendants with that qualification now, all right? So but that back then, that was my, I just that is what I answered to them. After I graduated in 2014, now it's 2018, so that was like 4 years ago. I graduated with LLB, law degree. So actually, I was supposed to go after I finished my law degree, because that is what I said just now, right? I really wanted to try out for the audition. I even used to contact Mr. Tony Fernandez if I can do like practical to be a flight attendant. That's how desperate I am to try out, at least to be in the team. I really wanted to try out. So But of course, the answer is no. Mr. Tony replied my email and saying that, oh, there's no such thing because, you have to undergo training and all, because you cannot just simply, be in the flight without any training and whatnot. So, you know why I actually decided not to go for the interview? Because after my law degree in 2014, I finished my law degree in July 2014, and I accompanied my mom to Mecca in September. All right, so the flight from Malaysia to Mecca, it took 8 hours. Right, it is very long. I am so tired. I used to travel in the flight before this, but not 8 hours. Right, I think the longest before that is only 5 hours. When me and my friends, we went to Hong Kong. All right, so that is the longest. Right, even 5 hours also I cannot take it anymore. Now it's 8 hours. So I said, okay. Even as a passenger, I cannot bear it, right? This is very unbearable. I really cannot just sleep or sit. I'm really tired. Although you just sit, but you're really tired. Right? I can feel that my body is really tired. But so, my thought is, even as a passenger, I'm really tired. What if I become a flight attendant? So I straight away give and use that as a reason to shut everything that I want to be a flight attendant. I said, okay, you know what? I will just be rich and be and travel around the world with my money. I mean, I don't have to travel by using my work as flight attendant, all right? So that's what I said to myself. I just forget about, try out and whatnot. So actually, after 4 years, now it's 2018, that thoughts has really never goes away. I still wondering, okay, what can I do with my life? I've been in the legal fields. I've become a lawyer. I do civil. I've done civil cases. I've done Sharia cases. Now I am the part-time lecturer at UiTM Rao. So now I was wondering, what can I achieve in my life? What more? Because I think I am still young to settle down. All right. Of course, the movie of Me Before You inspire me so much. Where you live your life, live boldly. Don't settle, just live well. Okay, that is the quote that I love so much. So I think it suits me so much. That's why I never really stop. So and since this is only part-time, that means my contract with UiTM will be renewed every semester if they need me here, because it will depend on the number of students. If they don't have enough lecturers, then they'll just, okay, your service is not needed anymore. So I will have to eventually find a job, right? So that's why I try for the interview. So this is the thing, right? So what happened? 1 month ago, around 1 month ago, I talked to one of my junior, right? And she is the reason actually. I mean, she's the spark, all right? She is now at Doha, join the Qatar Airways. So I was like, oh, when I was chatting with her, it makes me realize that, okay, look, that is once my dream, one of my dreams, right? So I used to really want to be a flight attendant. So when somebody from the law circle actually did it, so it inspired me so much. And I was like, okay, if she can do that, why don't I just give it a try? I mean, what worse could it be, right? So okay, you know what? I straight away decided. I searched for any upcoming interviews for the flight attendants, and suddenly I saw Singapore Airlines. So you know what? I said, okay, I really want to go. All right, I really want to go. So I was supposed to go with my cousin, but suddenly he got a job at a UOB bank, so he didn't want to go anymore. All right, so you know, of course, I really hate interview. I don't really hate interview, you know, because I get so nervous. My hands will be so cold. I really hate interviews. So you know, for a lawyer like me, and even for a law lecturer like me, I also get nervous. I think everybody gets nervous when it comes to a big thing that you know, you have to speak up in front of the people. So I don't know, maybe you have much more confidence than me, but I tend to get very nervous. So I really don't like interviews, right? I really don't like interviews. So I give a lot of excuses, you know, despite I said I want to go, right? But I give a lot of excuses, you know. The interview is on Saturday. During the Friday night, I was so tired because with all the things happened in UiTM. So I was so tired. I said, okay, you know what? I used that as an excuse, of course. I said, okay. No, I don't want to go. I'm so tired. So I sleep quite early. I think around 10 or 11, and I woke up at 9. I woke up at 9 a.m. So on Saturday. So the interview actually started from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. All right. So you can come between that time. All right. So even at that morning, I feel so energized. I said, okay, since now I'm not tired, what more reasons that I can use to not going? So okay, you know what, since I'm not tired, so okay lah, let's try out. All right. So but I now I give another excuse, like I don't want to go alone. My cousin is not here to you know, to go together with me. So I use that excuse. But you know, I contacted Kak Sasha. I was telling her, my colleague, of course. Aka, what are you doing today? Are you doing anything? And she said she's not doing anything. She said, can you accompany me, please? And I was like, really hope that she can go and accompany me. And she said yes. She said yes. So I was like, okay, now there should not be any more excuses for me not to go, right? So and then she asked Kak Nakia to join. So we were three of us. There were three of us. On our way to KL, because the interview is at Majestic Hotel Kuala Lumpur. So of course, we are so hungry because I haven't had my breakfast and all. So we stopped at Lemang Toki. You know, even then, that is already, I think, around 12. Even then, you know, on my way for the interview, I still give a lot of excuse for not going. I was telling them, oh, it's okay, we can eat, you know, with our sweet on time, because you know, if I cannot make it on time before 3, then that's it. Maybe it's not my luck or zaki in Islam, right? So you know, I still give a lot of excuses, and Kak Shasha was like, no, we're already on our way, so of course we have to go. So I was like, oh, okay. So we finished it around 1, and I reached the Majestic Hotel around 2:40. You know, the registration closed at 3. So I arrived around 2:40. So I went straight away upstairs after I asked the receptionist, which is so nice. They said it's upstairs. So I just went straight away upstairs and went for the interview. Of course, I didn't pass, because otherwise I will make this video much more early, right? So I didn't pass to the next stage for the interview, right? I think there are 4 stages. I'm only at the first stage. But this is the thing, all right? After the interview, I was so relieved. I felt so relieved. You know, the things that on my shoulder, like the burden before this, you know, the thoughts of like 4 years ago, or if you count since foundation Asasi in 2009, almost 10 years, that thought of going for an interview to be a flight attendant, now it's finished, right? It's vanished, right? So no longer there. Because why? You have tried it. So um, you, I feel so happy. I mean, although I didn't get it, of course, some part of my heart, then I will feel sad. I mean, I felt sad because I didn't get the position. But I'm so happy and relieved because after almost, like I said, almost 10 years, I finally do this. I mean, you get it or not, that is second thing. But um, I put all the courage that left inside of me to go there. So I always tell my student that, always chase your dreams. You are, at the end of the day, you are going to have to wake up every morning to do the thing that you call work. So it's up to you because this is your life and you only have one chance to live in this wonderful and blessed world, right? So make sure you live your life to the fullest, so that you will never have any regrets. Because before I went for the interview last 3 weeks, I always keep on wonder what would happen to my life if I went to the interview. I mean, what if this, what if not? There's a lot of what ifs. I don't want to be at the age of 60s. I will still be thinking, what if I went for the interview? No, I don't want to be that. I don't want to have any regrets in my life. So when I finally have the courage to go for the interview, it settles one for all. I mean, at least my conscience is clear. That means, I went for the interview. I mean, if people ask me, right? Yeah, I went for interview and I didn't get it, right? And I'm happy. At least I have tried it out. At least I know the result. Because otherwise, you will keep on wonder. Oh, maybe if I go, I will get the job. Or maybe if I go, actually, I can. There's a lot of maybe, a lot of what ifs. You only have one life to live. And you can only do this. Do what? This is what? This is going, try this, try that, go for this interview, for this job, for that job. You can only do this while you're still young. I mean, I'm only 27, I'm still, 27 is still considered young for me, right? So this is the only time that you can actually do this. You can't afford to do this and changing jobs when you are 35 or 40? No, that time is already settled. You should be settled at that 40. So it's not the time for you to adventure things. So I think while you still have the chance here at this moment, you try whatever you want to be. You go. You try, you get it or not, that is second thing. At least you will be satisfied, trust me. Coming from me, who have the ambition of becoming flight attendant since I was a kid, and then when in my law school, I still have that thought, and now finally, 2018, finally, I went for the interview. So I hope that everybody, as I always mention my students, that go do whatever that you like, as long as it's still, you know your limits, of course. I am a Muslim, so as long as you know your limits, so you should be okay, all right? And I hope everybody will live up to their dreams, because to live with regrets is not the thing that we want, right? You only have one chance, and make sure you utilize this chance for you to do whatever that you like, to contribute to the society, to your country, to your religion, for as much as you can, so that when you are at your 60s, you have nothing to regret, all right? So I think that's it. I've been talking a lot. I'm so sorry, all right? Thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best, especially my students who are graduating soon. Wish you all the best. Assalamualaikum. I hope I'll see you again. Bye.